Have you ever felt like you're just operating on a completely different wavelength from everyone else? Well, today we're diving deep into the architecture of a complex mind. We're going to explore 8 signs, all backed by research, that could explain why you see differently.
You know, it usually starts with this persistent kind of nagging feeling. This sense of being just a little bit out of sync with everything and everyone around you.
I mean, really stop and think about it for a second. Is there this constant feeling that you're running on a different operating system than most of the people you talk to every day?
Maybe you leave social gatherings totally drained. And not because you're shy, it's because the conversation just never goes below the surface. All the pleasantries about the weather or what you did last weekend, it feels like you're reading from a script you've already seen 1,000 times.
Now listen, this is so important to get. If any of this is not a character flaw, you're not being arrogant or difficult, psychology actually tells us there's something much, much deeper going on here. It really all comes down to the very architecture of your mind, how it's built, and the unique way it processes every piece of information that comes its way.
We're talking about the nuts and bolts of your thinking, not your personality. It's a cognitive trait, kind of like running a different operating system. It has nothing to do with ego or thinking you're superior. So, with that in mind, let's look at the very first sign of this unique architecture.
So, sign number 1, people have probably told you that you overthink things, but there's a huge difference here. This isn't the kind of overthinking that comes from anxiety, where your world gets smaller. No, this is expansive thinking. Your mind isn't closing in on a worry, it's branching out, trying to connect everything to everything else. The actual psychological term for this is hyperconnectivity. Your brain is basically hardwired to find patterns and build a complete cohesive picture of the world. Simple, surface-level answers just don't cut it for you, because your mind is already seeing a dozen other puzzle pieces somewhere. Now, this hyperconnectivity, it doesn't just stay inside your head. It fundamentally changes how you see and interact with the world around you, especially other people.
Which brings us right to sign number 2, a powerful, almost subconscious ability for pattern recognition. This chart here just breaks it down perfectly. See, while most people are processing the literal words someone is saying, you're running a much more complex analysis. You're noticing the subtext, the subtle shift in their tone, that tiny hesitation before they answer, the contradiction between their words and their body language. You're reading between the lines.
Okay, so if that's how you're processing the outside world, how does that shape your own personal experience? Let's turn inward for a second. Architecture affects what you fundamentally need to feel okay.
This leads us to sign number 3. And this one gets misunderstood a lot. Deep thinkers aren't necessarily antisocial, they are selectively social. Because your mind is constantly processing so much data, solitude isn't about loneliness for you, it's a vital, necessary way to manage your cognitive load.
And this quote it nails it, right? Constant social interaction can be completely overstimulating. It interrupts your natural flow of thought. Being alone isn't about escaping other people, it's about returning to the fascinating, complex, and rich world that already exists inside your own head. It's where you go to recharge your batteries.
And this inner world, because it's built on logic and seeing patterns, it often leads to a really strong core value system, one that puts truth and genuine understanding pretty much everything else.
And that brings us to sign number 4. You are constantly asking this question. The phrase, "because that's how we've always done it," is just not a good enough answer for you. It's not about being defiant. It's a genuine need for things to make sense, for the logic of a system or a tradition to be coherent. And because you're always searching for that deeper logic, you naturally crave conversations that go there too. This is sign number 5. It's not about finding people who are smarter than you. It's about finding people who are willing to dive deep with you, to skip the surface stuff and get right into the big ideas, the psychology, the universe, the why behind how things really work. All right, let's talk about sign number 6. This is an outward expression of all this deep processing. You know that pause you take before you speak? It's not hesitation, it's not shyness, it's calculation. In that split second, as this slide shows, your mind gets the input, it processes multiple angles, it runs simulations on potential outcomes, and then it crafts a precise, carefully thought out response. Now, sign number 7 might seem like a negative at first blush. You're deeply self-critical. But this is actually a sign of an incredible cognitive tool called metacognition. It's the ability to turn that powerful analytical lens inward and think about your own thinking. You analyze your own logic, your own flaws, your biases with stunning clarity. And finally, we have sign number 8, which is really the ultimate expression of this whole commitment to truth. This isn't just a casual preference. For you, it's a core principle born from everything we've just discussed. You value authenticity and integrity way more than social acceptance, even if it makes things a little uncomfortable.
Through all 8 of these signs, what's the big takeaway here? It's not just about understanding your mind, it's about learning to value it.
If anyone at any point in your life has told you you're too intense or too serious, or that you think too much, I want this to really sink in. You are not too much. The entire framing is wrong. What other people might see as too much is just a reflection of your cognitive depth. Think of it this way. You're busy exploring the basement and the attic of a topic, while everyone else is perfectly happy to just hang out in the living room.
And this, right here, is the most important message of all. This way of thinking is not a burden. It's not a flaw. It's a rare and incredibly valuable gift. Don't ever let the world convince you to flatten out your complexities just to make other people feel more comfortable. You have to protect it. So, I'll leave you with this question to reflect on. Knowing that this is a fundamental part of your architecture, how are you going to honor that depth in your life, in your work, and in your relationships? That's all for this one. Thanks for diving in with us.